All right, let's get started. Oh, goodness. All right, how's everyone doing today? Hi, how are you, Bread? Doing pretty fine and dandy. That's good to hear. I can't believe that Melon Tusk himself had rate limited everything as soon as I decide to go live, right? uh, Apparently, like Melon Tusk said, that like everyone's gonna be only be able to see some of the tweets, only a certain amount of tweets today, and I'm like, well, that sucks. Then people can't see that I'm going to go live, but we have to go through with it because it's on the dot. I did say it's on the dot. Anyways, welcome to, I guess, the first session of Korean 101. So, there's one thing you need to know. In very rare cases in the Korean language, will the sound of these letters will change. Hey, Spoopy. Nice to know you're lurking. I hope you're doing well. So, let's go through each one of these consonants. And then as soon as we're done with the consonants, we'll go through the vowels. We're not going to go through anything super complicated like the double consonants or extra vowels for today. Maybe we'll touch on these because they're not too hard. But let's get started. The very first letter, consonant. So let me define what Korean language is. We have this thing called the first noise, the middle noise, and then the ending noise, right? The first noise is always going to be a consonant. The middle noise is always going to be a vowel. And then the end noise is always going to be a consonant. But sometimes we might not have an end noise. Okay, so this is in order too. So if you're looking through like a dictionary, it's going to be in this order. This stuff is going to be with their base forms. So let's go in order for what each consonant sounds like. This is called giyeok, and it is represented by the letter G. It's a hard G, so it's always going to be g, a g sound. And this, if there's any questions at any time at all, feel free to ask any questions. I welcome them. Moving on, this is going to be neon. It sounds like neon, right? But it's just called neon, and it's represented by the letter N. It's always going to be n. It's always going to be the N sound. So each letter that I say in Korean, so this is called giyeok. This is not really important, but well, it kind of is, but at the same time, not really. But the sound that it sounds like when it's the first noise is always in the first syllable in gi, and then the second syllable is always what it sounds like as the end sound. So if this was put at the um, base of the word of the letter, it would be ok. Always sounds like, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's always gonna sound like that um, as the uh, base letter. So when I say neon, so it's always gonna sound like the n sound whenever I say ni. And then un, that would be if this was placed as a base. Moving on, this is going to be this is called digut, and this it's represented by the letter D. So d, d, digut, d. Any questions so far? Okay, and then moving on, this is called real. This is a special case because it's always going to sound like an R as the first noise, but sound like an L as the end noise. So ri, ri is always going to be with an R. Ri, ul. At the second syllable, ul, it's always going to sound like an L. This is mium, represented by the letter M. So you can it's mi there's really nothing. Well, I guess this is like the most plain letter out there, or syllable. I mean consonant. Same with neon. Everything else so far has a special sound to it, one way or another, and I'll explain that later in the stream. This is B up. Is represented by the letter B. B up. And this, along with this, and this, will have a double form, and I'll explain that later in the stream as well. This, I wonder if I can get a paint. We're gonna recap a little. We're gonna start from Kyo. So, in the terms of brush strokes, when you're writing them, it's always gonna be from top left to bottom right. So if I write Kyo, it's always gonna be, oh man. Yep. Sometimes, in terms of writing, you're gonna write it like this or like this. It really depends on what your vowel is gonna look like. So let's say I wrote ka, it'll look like this. But if I wrote g or go, it's gonna look like this. It really depends on what your vowel is going to be next. For neon, is also gonna take one brush stroke. And it just looks like an L. For digut, it's gonna take two brush strokes. One on top, and then an L right here. That's going to be your digut. One more time. It's going to look like that. Of course, it's not gonna if you're writing it down with me in like somewhere else, it's not gonna look pretty, and that's fine. It is something that you're going to have to refine over time. For real, it's going to take three brush strokes. So you start with a kyo, and then a line in the middle, and then nyeon. When I learned Korean, I was always told that you should always was already bad. I don't think I can get it to be worse. No worries. When you write your ryo like this, um, you should try to make it consistent as possible. Whether it be, well, at the very least, the same width. In terms of height, you can have it a little bit shorter, but again, this is on case by case. When you're like, for example, if I say you're writing with a long vowel, it's going to be like this. But if you're going to write it as with like the bottom vowel, you should try to squat it down to make it. You should try to make the brush stroke the same width. It's okay if the length is, if the height is a little bit different. It's just how, I guess, like if you're putting it in a box right here, like how much ratio from the consonant to the vowel, it like is close to making a box. This. And then mium is also going to be uh, 3 brushstrokes. So let me repeat that. It's going to start with one vertical line. And you're going to draw a kiyo, and then a one horizontal line. This, it looks like a normal square, but brushstroke really matters in how accurate, I guess, like how good the thing is going to look. If you're gonna do it like this, you're not gonna end up making a good mium. But if you draw it like this, you will have your endpoint on the bottom line, and then you define the width of the consonant, and then you match it, and you define the endpoint of your bottom line. That's how you get your mium. Yup. Is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, that's wrong. Hold on. Let me get a pencil. Might as well bring it up to a Korean. Oh. I just look up then. That is not what I want. Trying to see. Okay, never mind. Okay, I can't. I don't remember. I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was this. Um. This doesn't seem right, to be honest with you. and honestly, it's been a while since I've written in Korean. Yeah, all of them, all of them seem wrong to me. So I apologize. Ooh, okay, hold up. I just saw something. Yeah, it looks. Oh my goodness. View, open image in new tab. There we go. Ah, I was right. I was wrong actually. So the proper way to write it is 1, 2. So you're defining your two vertical lines, and then 3, 4, defining your horizontal lines. Okay, I think I wasted too much time on that. I apologize. Shield. I think we stopped here, right? Um, it's two. It's going to be only 2 lines. 1, 2. She. We'll work on the vowels later. Um, sometimes the sound is going to be an S syllable, like an S, but sometimes it's going to sound like a syllable. Um, consonant, I guess. So in writing, if we have God, that the noise scared me just for a second. It's going to be she, or it could be s, sa. I would guess if you have a vowel that has like an, a long e, like an e noise to it, it's going to. Or actually, let's go. Let's use the I e. We have the sound as well, so you're familiar with the sound. That's good. So yeah, it really depends. This is called young, and this is our special vowel. Special consonant is a silent. It's a silent consonant. This, when put as the first noise. Oh, I see. When put as the first noise, has no noise at all. It defines the noise of your vowel. So this is ah, e, it just makes the vowel sound come out first. So basically, like if you're thinking English, it just makes it so that your word starts with a vowel instead of a consonant. However, if put as a base, it's gonna sound. It's gonna have a sound with ng at the end. So, for example, the consonant's name is called Yi Young. Yi Young. The Young, the consonant at the very bottom, makes the ng noise only when it's put at the base. I'm just making sure that I haven't skipped anything. This is called Tiot. So it looks like a kiok, right? And but you add one more line here. That's that's tiot. Sometimes people write it like this, but um, the best way to write it is just like this. This is our j sound, our j syllable, j consonant. And again, I will remind everyone that this these uh, consonants are unchanged mostly. It's only in case by case situations where the sound of the letters, when they're put, especially when they're put as the first noise, changes. It's it's very rare. This is ch. Um, it's represented with the ch noise. And to write that, sometimes people write it like this, but sometimes people write it like this. It's basically the same. It's just one extra line on top of the chiot to make it the ch sound. And this is kiot, and you can see the similarities with kiok here, and that's because it basically sounds similar, right? If you have kiok, but add a line here, it becomes a k. So basically, g becomes k. And again, when it depends on how you the writing of it depends on how you put your vowel. So this says ki, but when you're writing something like k or ko, which means nose in Korean, usually you put it in a boxy form. This is tiot, 기억, 미음, 비읍, 디귿, 시옷, 리을, 미음, 비읍, 시옷, 시옷, 이영, 지읒, 치읓, 기억, 티읕. I think it's 티귿? 걸, 을, 첫 소리. I think 첫 소리. 글자, 한글 글자. Let me see if this one says the right thing. Oh, this is a very nice yes, how I say chronology of what evolves into what. Kiok becomes kiok, neon becomes digut, and tiot. But that's not what I was looking for. So it is really similar to how you write e in English, but remember that in writing it there is a specific way that you have to write it. It looks like an E to you, like I guess if you do it like this, but you gotta make sure that your horizontal stroke is a little bit wider than your normal. And this is how you write tiot. Tiot? And oh yeah, it is tiot. Okay, I was right. Anyways, moving on, we're going to do piok, which is honestly my least favorite consonant because it is difficult to write. Sometimes people write it straight. Sometimes people write it slanted. Either one works, as long as as long as you can understand it yourself, it'll be easy. I guess think of it as you're writing. Brett is cheating on me with you. As long as you're. Hey, I said I'd be teaching Korean. Why? Oh, he's not cheating on you. So like think of it as you're writing a Roman numeral 2 to help it out. And for the consonant for that is p with a P. And our last consonant that we're going to focus on for now is here. So it's similar with the I can't get on call at the moment, nor can I play games. Oh, that's fine. Um, here is going to be written like this. That's 3 strokes. 1, 2, 3. Sometimes people write it like this. Sometimes people write it like this. It doesn't matter if this is attached or not. Can you see this cat boy is being Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to turn on Pogu-kun. Let me turn it on. I knew I was forgetting something.
Chat, do you see this? Cat boy is being cheated on by Bread with this other cat boy. I say we ban him forever.
Okay. Sorry, that just got me a good giggle. So, now that we've established what each of our consonants sounds like, we're gonna go with our vowels. There is a lot more vowels than I want to teach, but you know, we do have to teach those. But we'll keep it simple. Right now we have 3, 6, 9, 10. There's 10 vowels I'm going to teach you, and later on I'm going to teach you the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 other vowels later. So simply put, all these vowels in this category and most of the second category are going to sound exactly the same each time. They're never going to change. So so this vowel is called a. You can see how I put each vowel like them in each form, just the vowel by itself. But when you're writing it, usually is if you're going to write out the vowel sound, is always going to be with the young, because that's your empty consonant. So a, that's how you write it. Oh shoot. Ah is going to be say sorry to your new boyfriend, Sinyo. Why can't I have both? So usually whenever Koreans write they'll have this mark at the top like this. Oh, whoops. Instead of like you could write it like this, but a lot of like in official lettering is going to have it written like this. Don't worry about this because it's just a representative of the old times where when people actually used brushes to write. Whenever you're drawing with a brush, right, it would leave this mark as you're dragging it down. So don't worry about this. It's not gonna matter. Like this font just has it plain blocky, so that's good. That's how it should be, and you really don't have to worry about it. This, oh yeah, and this pronunciation, the vowel for this is ah. I guess the best thing you can think of is when Gargara just says ah, but every single vowel here is always going to be shortened, I guess, for the lack of a better word, because every vowel that we say in English, we always round it out, right? So when I say e, you kind of like breathe out the last part of e, but in Korean, when we have e, it's going to be truncated. So I'm gonna go through every one of these, but to show you how each vowel sounds before I go through them, to show how truncated each vowel is going to be a, ya, o, yo, o, yo, u, u, e. So this, even though I say it's an a, it's like representative a. Um, it's not a. It's not gonna be an a. It's always going to be a. Open your mouth a little and say instead, and like somewhere between like when you're going to the doctors, you don't say, you say right, and it's not it's not but somewhere in the middle. So pretend you're saying or like you're going to the doctor, and then open your mouth a little bit wider, and then try to say it again, and you'll sound like ah. And it's going to be the same for this as well. The next vowel, the sounds are a lot more closer to Turkish than I imagined. I feel like when you're when you're doing language learning, you can see a lot of similarities, but even though they're from different cultures, like Turkish is like completely different. The letter A is exactly the same in Turkish too. That's cool. Yeah, some languages have it make it easier because of that. I feel like um I think Koreans have an easier time learning Spanish because a lot of the Spanish words are immutable as well. Like a lot of the Spanish vowels, it's always going to be the same vowel every time, unlike English when we have a long form and a short form of vowels. So we have an A and an A, but sometimes it's going to be an it's going to be an an I guess, which kind of sucks because it makes everything English makes everything confusing. So this is and this is ya. So we have here, and we have ya here. So we just added another line on top of this. Just try to make sure that, I guess, these two lines make it somewhat what in the middle. It's not it doesn't have to be 100%, but just try to make it. Just having it in the middle is just the best case. Again, it's different when you're it's not actually different at all. It just looks different on the other letters, but it's going. So you can see that these two are grouped up together. These two are grouped up together. These two are grouped up together, and these two are grouped up together. And you can see that they're also derivatives from these two, and we'll get to that later. The next letter, the next vowel that we have is o. Whoops. O. Now the horizontal line is pointing inwards, so instead of going instead of going it's o. So you make your mouth instead of wide, like imagine you're saying ah, like ah again, but open your mouth a little, open your jaw a little bit more downwards. Ah, so so that it sounds more towards the O sound. So um, it could be it's similar to usually when I tell to English speaking people who see the EO whenever it is spelled in like romanized Korean. I I just say it's basically a short U, like but it's not actually the case. It is going to be a more I don't want to like I don't know how to explain it, but I guess a more longer sound. So this oh yeah. Remember, we always go the left side first, and then like we go from left to right, and then top to bottom. So it's this horizontal line first, and then the vertical lines, which sounds like oh. Like pretend you're disgusted by something. You're like saying ugh. Now clear the part of your throat. You begin the mouth movement with E and follow with O. Yeah. Yeah, basically that's how. Yeah, that's basically how it is. But it's just remember, it's just one sound. Oh. You know how Yan has the freaking pufferfish noise? Oh. Oh. Pretend you're saying that, but without like you have a fist in your mouth. So, oh. That's the click. Is everyone getting it? Does anyone have any questions so far? If not, I'm gonna move on. We're going to go to yaw, which is just one more line of aw. Just gonna add a y to it, so yaw. So it's gonna be ah ya oh yaw. Like you're saying, like you're agreeing with something, yeah, but open your mouth a little more downwards, and you'll have it aw yaw. Okay, and then the next vowel I have is o. So it's kind of like just kind of like you're saying o, but instead of just rounding it out like when you're saying oh, you stop at the very first sound of that word. So you just end up with o. I'm not gonna say to pay attention to the brushstrokes too much anymore because usually it's always going to be remember left to right, top to bottom. And this basically similar to o, it's going to be yo. Like in Spanish, you're saying yo. Like you're saying yo in Espanol. So it's just yo. The next one is u. um, which I would like to like. I usually like to equate it to saying the vowel u in Spanish. Whoops. In Spanish, it's just gonna be u. Like I guess so you saw something happen, and you're like ooh, right? But you just don't round out the vowel. Instead of rounding out the vowel, just saying ooh, you just end it with ooh. And on top of that, this is gonna say it's just gonna sound like you. But instead of just saying you cut it off as soon as you say it. So it's you instead of you. It's kind of hard to make the differentiation, but as we keep going, you'll start to learn it as well. These two are just I and E. I don't know how to explain it, but like you like when you're cringing at something, you go like yeah, it's that noise. So you just end it with and with E, it's just E, just like Markiplier E. So now that we have our consonants and vowels together, we could just we can put them together and put them into simple I guess. Why does Korean look like a Skyrim text? I don't know. I've never looked at Skyrim text before. Hmm. That looks like a real. I can see where you're coming from. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. But it's just not the same. So now that we've established our consonants and vowels, we're gonna put them together to make simple noises, to say the least. Because these aren't actual words. Words are just the words in here are just combination of noises that we put together. So in Korean, we call we call the consonants for beginning noises. We call the vowels ending noises, and occasionally we will have consonants at the bottom of a letter. I guess we can say in English, and they would be called end noises. So we have ga here. Actually, ga is a word. It just means go, in a very informal way and directly. Um, and it's like a direct sentence. Like I'm telling you, go. And if I was doing that really informally, or maybe I'm mad at you or something, if I just say ka, that's just me telling you to go away or something. So you can see here that, like I said before, the giok actually curves outwards, whenever you're putting a vowel. Not Latin languages just look like enchantment tables. Languages sometimes, that's fun. I know. So ka is going to be written like that. You could do this as well. It's just less. It's just more blocky this way. To smooth things out, usually curve that first noise to make it look better. But there's nothing wrong in writing it like this, because there's a lot of people who write it like this too, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, I don't know, smoother, I guess, to write it like that. Anyways, this is ya. Let me put it in English too, so that people can get another understanding. I guess I don't have to because it always shows up here. So ga, and this is kya. If it sounds like it's hard to say kya, um, don't think of them as ji then ya. Don't think of it as ya, like kya. Um, pretend the G is barely there. If you just say kya, it sounds much better. You don't have to try not to force yourself into saying that syllable. It's just gonna be tough on you. It's just gonna be tough on everyone. So instead of just ga, kya, like or trying to make the ya sound more more pronounced, I guess. Instead of trying to make the ya noise out there, just soften that y to be able to say just ya. This is ko. And this is kyo. Again, same with ka. Try not just don't force yourself to make that y noise. So you'll just be able to say kyo. This is cool. Maybe it's kind of like you're saying go, but like more stricter. Go. Like maybe pretend you have like something up your nostril, like when you're saying go. This is gyo. You know how when some people say gyoza, gyoza, we say gyoja to make it sound similar. Who? Again, remember to cut off your vowel to make that noise. Who? Like maybe you're saying, like pretend like a baby saying goo goo gaga, like goo, but like I guess pucker your lips a little bit more whenever you're saying that. Cool. Coincidentally, this also means 9 in Korean. And this is Q. Especially with the kioks, it's hard to pronounce the ya stuff, the ones with the y. So just try not to force yourself to pronounce the y part. I can't say to just like, oh, pronounce it like it's soft, because that's without any context it's just hard. So that might be something you might have to work on. It's just something that in the end will have to come naturally. Q. And this is good, and then this is gi. Remember, this G is always going to be a hard G and not a soft G. So ka, kya, ko, kyo, ko, kyo, ku, kyu, ku, ki. Is there any questions so far? I'm open to them. I welcome them. If not, I'm gonna move forward. This is going to be... I'm going to need to rewatch to get the sounds correctly. Can't make sounds out loud at the moment. Oh, no worries. Nah. Yeah. Like whenever I say cat, whenever I'm in cat form, and whenever I say nya, it's nya. No. Whoops. No. Nyo. No. Nyo. Nu. New. It's like saying new, and it's similar in difficulty. But just remember to cut off all your the rounding out of your vowels. I guess that's something that I like and hate about English sometimes. Whenever you're saying stuff, you fall off your voice at the end. So like just now when I say so, your mouth kind of falls off and your vowel also drops, right, into like some vague form. But in Korean, you like cut it off before it becomes that, so it becomes new. And for this is n, ni. Um, one more thing. Just letting everyone know. Ni means you. If you do add this, it becomes niga. And contrary to what it sounds, it's not a racial slur. It just means you are. And then you say, like, basically, this means doing. It's the act of doing. And on top of that, like, while we're at it, if I write this, that means I am doing something. 내가 뭐 하고 있다. 내가 죽었어. I died. And if I write it like this, it sounds also like 내가. And that's going to be a vowel we'll work on later. That also means you. That also means you are. Just less direct than niga. Now that we gotten that out of the way, this is da, dia sounds hard because a lot of the yas, ya, yo, you, those stuff are going to be hard. Luckily, there's not as many of them as they are the regular sounds. To, tyo, to, tyo, do, tu, de, di. I admit, the ya, yo, you is going to be hard on everything except for the silent consonant. So, keep that in mind. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. My niece wanted to let me know that my cats are outside my door. Unfortunately, I have to keep the door closed for today because my sister is occupying this room. So I have to, and she has severe cat allergies. So We have to keep the door closed so the cats don't like rub their fur on everything. Anyways, well that was a good stopping point. Um, if you want, we can have a 10-minute break, and we can pick back up on at 6:05 p.m. If I think I'm gonna do that regardless. We'll have a 5-minute break actually. Well, starting now, we're just gonna chill out, just talk. How many hours from now again? Oh, I was thinking of just having a 5-minute break or a 10-minute break. So right now it's 5:55. And we could pick back up at either 6 or 6:05, whichever works for everyone. Mm-hmm. So I just want to get some feedback. Yi Young. Oh, my dad just let message me. He's watching my stream right now as well. So it's Yi Young, not Ong. My bad. Wouldn't world isn't flat like pancake. Oh well. Yeah. Oh well. Let me get a little bit more water because I only had like 2 drinks today, and that was Dr. Pepper. Also, now would be a great time to ask any questions that you have before I pick back up. Oh, I just remembered we are 3 followers from karaoke stream. So if so I just want to ask right now, should I send out the Google Forms to like should I send out the Google Forms to for people to play, like submit the music that they want to hear on their stream? Or should I wait until I actually hit 400? Surprisingly lucky for me for crapping language. Add wait. Okay, perfect. Okay, you're back. Well, actually, well, since we're taking a break right now, let's go look at Steam. See if there's anything that I want from the sale. Oh. Think you put the Google form now and wait until 400? Okay. I'll start creating the Google forms. That's weird. Why do I have a random survey that I apparently made? Ooh, Hades is 50% off. Titanfall 2 is 85% off. Inscription is 40% off. Interesting, interesting. Ooh, Insurgency Sandstorm is 60% off. Oh, my nose is itchy. Ooh, Hollow Knight is 50% off. I think someone said that. Someone suggested Hollow Knight to me, right? I think I'll get the bundle. Okay. Hollow Knight is now purchased because it was 50% off on everything, plus the DLCs. So I got that. Maybe keep talking. Nobody's. Oh man. I mean, I would, but honestly, I'm better. I'm better at. I would do well, but oh, it's $5.99. Wait, did they? Is that on sale? Ooh, yeah. I'll get the keep talking. Nobody explodes. That's a good game. But like, I feel like I'm too cool of a cucumber. Like not to like stroke myself, but like stroke my ego. But like, I do well under pressure. I mean, I choke a lot, but like I don't become frantic whenever I'm under pressure. Ooh, there's a free game called Just Act Natural. It looks fun. Oh well. Is there anything else? Pretty good at being the guide. I can be your guide, Rianne. Yeah, exactly. Like I was a guide. I helped be a lot. So like I've played this game. I played that as the guide. But, no, not really much for. Not really like played the game myself. Hades. I don't know. I don't know. I actually don't know about Hades because that kind of stuff is like nonstop playing. You know, even if you beat the game, there's still more to do, and just like when does it stop? Right? Right. Mhm. Okay, it's 6:05. It's time to get back. Okay, so real as the uh s- first noise, it's always going to be R. So, whoops, my Korean keyboard just shut itself off for a second. So so all of these is going to be with an R sound. So it's going to be ra, ria, ro, ryo, ro, ryo, ru, ryu, ru, ri. The here ria is going to be very difficult. Ryo, ryo two, ryo, ro. We have ro and ryo, ru and ryu, ru and ri, ra and ria. They're really tough. I'm gonna say that myself. We're just gonna, for simplicity's sake, for these, we're gonna say that it's just an R for today. Because when it comes to the first noise, basically the beginning of the syllable, it's going to be R all throughout. Ma. This is ma, mya, mo, myo, mo, myo, mu, 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 m, mi. Coincidentally, Mew is how we call Mew in Pokemon. Um, so there for e. Hold on. Sorry, I think my niece collided into the door. Pa, pya, po, pyo, po, pyo, pu, pyu, bu, pi. I hope you guys digested that. Oh my goodness, my niece is not loud. Now that she's 3, she's a very, very loud girl. Po, pyo, pu, pyu. Try not. It's again. The the ya, yo, yo, you stuff is difficult to pronounce with the consonants. So try not to overexert yourself. It's gonna hurt your nose. Like the inside of your nose is gonna like become sore. I know because mine is. So this one, the shiot, is a special case. It has sa, sha. It's not gonna be xia. It's going to be sha. Sha, cha. Let me write that down in English. Sha. This is gonna be cha. So this is gonna be so. and this is gonna be sho. It's better to think. It's going to be easier to think that for this, for the ones with the Y in them, it's just gonna convert to an SH. So this is Seoul. This is gonna be Shol. Su, Shu, Tsu, Shi. So, Shol. Tsu, Shi. Okay, and this is really simple. This is just the vowels by themselves. A, ya, o, ya, o, yo, u, u, I. This is just gonna be the same as the just gonna be the official sound or the official lettering for making this noise. And now, I forgot to tell you to pay attention at this, but if you look at the gyuk, you can see that the curves are for the ones that have the long vertical line. Everything else with the long horizontal line, they're just blocking. But for the one with the long vertical line, it's going to be curved. Same. Oh, not in this time. Not for the cha stuff. Cha, cha, cho, 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 chu, chu, chi, chi. Okay. So for these, cha and cha, they sound exactly the same, and it's going to sound exactly the same. If you imagine yourself saying JYA while saying just JA, it's gonna sound different. So ja, and this is gonna be ja. It sounds exactly the same, and I don't blame you. So, if you want, this is a shortcut, I guess, and I don't approve of taking shortcuts, but this is probably one that I'm going to let by. Ja, basically, ja. It's going to be the same. Same with here. We have cha, cha. I guess you can say that the J, or cha, and ja, cha. You could the J is a little bit thicker than the regular J. So this is cha and cha, cha, cho, cho, chu, chu, chi, chi. If anyone's a K-pop fan, you know there's a Korean song called Mr. Chu. I'm trying to see how it's spelled in Korean. No, they just say chu here. But if you think of, if you just try to make the ch sound a little bit thicker, you're gonna achieve the the wide vowels. You could, okay. So these last consonants are going to be similar to their counterpart of ones without an extra line. So this is a J, right? And this is a ch. They both sound from similar from the same origin. So this is originated from this. So we have j, and then we have ch. We have g, and then we have k. We have d, t, b, p, and h. Basically, these 5 are a little bit extra. So we have ka, kya, ka, kya, ko, kyo, ku, kyu, k, ki. And for this, we have ta, 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 cha, to, cho, tu, tu, t, t. And we have p, the p noise, pa, pya, pya, pa, pya, po, pyo, pu, pu, pyu, p, p. And then we have finally we have ha, hya, ho, hya, ho, hyo, hu, hyu, he, he. Okay, now that we have the basics of basics here, we're gonna do a quick recap. Everything here, the consonants I've given you, are going to be immutable. So, and by immutable, I mean whenever it's written down in any word and this kind of stuff shows up, is not ever going to change how it sounds. So this is going to be ka forever. This is going to be kya forever. Ko, kyo, ko, kyo, ku, kyu, ke, ki, forever. And this is going to be the hard G, g, giyok. This is the hard N, neon. This is the hard. This is D. There's no hard N. This is D, digit. This is real, mium, biop, shiot, iung, jiot, chiot, kiok, tiot, piop, here. And basically every vowel we have here has a y version. So we have a, ya, o, yo, o, yo, u, yu, I. Is there anyone who has any questions at this time? Ready to hear them. Oh, excuse me. All right. Since there's no one who has any questions, I feel as though I just need to practice the sounds. That's fine. Sometimes in okay, yeah, just practice the sounds. Oh yeah, these. So these are double consonants, and they're only going to be showing up for these three. These five. I can't count. In the Korean keyboard, they're all. It's simple to know because they're all going to show up on the top five of the QWERTY keyboard. It's going to be the Q, W, E, R, T. They're all all of them are going to be the double consonants. These border the line of the hard G, hyuk, and the K, hyuk. So it's going to sound like you're forcing out the G sound. So it's going to be g, like ga, 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 gyo, go, gyo, gu, gu, g, gi. And for the D's as D, B, S, and J, all of them is going to be a harsher sound of what they normally sound like. So instead of D, it's going to sound like D. So we have da, dia, da, yo, do, yo, do, do, d, d. It's going to be ba. So instead of like, okay, so you know how sometimes people have when they say their P's is it just it sounds like a B at the same time. So like ba, or like maybe let's say Spanish speaking people when they say out the P's, instead they sound like a constipated B, right? So instead of like papas fritas, it's papas, and basically that's what you get when you say the double biop. In Korean, they're called sanggyeok, sangdike, because sang means double. So we have bya, ba, bya, which actually means bone, by the way. Bo, byo, bu, bu, b, b. For the double S, it's going to be a harsher form of the regular shield. So we're gonna have sa, sha. Instead of sha, it's sha. So, oh whoops. So, it's sha. So, sho. Su, shu, shu. Shi, shi. Su. Oh, sorry, my bad. This is su. And it also means bitter. Xi, which also means seed, coincidentally. And then the last one we have ja, the double J. It sounds somewhere between the J and the CH. Just trying to make the J sound a little bit harsher, or a little bit more forced. So ja, ja, jo, 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 ju, ju, j, ji. If anyone has any question on how to pronounce any of these, quickly let me know. I think we're kind of moving ahead because I have like one student asking me questions and not many people else. I don't know if I'm being clear or if people are too confused to ask. So the progression of letters, you can say is. Oh no, I forgot today was a lesson. Aw. B. P. Oh. B. B. P. How are you doing, Yoan? J. J. Ch. I'm doing okay. That's good. That's all I care about. We're gonna recap soon, so don't worry about it. I'm just giving a little lesson on progression of the noises. G. K. S. I don't think we have a double. Did anyone say? Did you get a new mic? No, it's the same old mic that I'm using. So, and then another progression is young to here. I guess I think it was Mium that progresses to Pio, right? Mm. Pretty sure. I think that's the progression as well. Oh, I think the progression for this is actually included here. Let me see if my dad has any feedback. Nope. Okay, my dad hasn't messaged me for anything, so I guess I'm doing okay. So this is going to be when you lips to get lips together. This is I'm pretty sure there's like teeth together. S s j j j ch. Teeth together. Mm, the tongue against teeth. Top teeth. Back of tongue against throat. Tip of tongue towards back of throat. So this is all the consonants together. The mium, biup, sang biup, and piup. They're all coming from your lips together. M, b, p. For the second row, it's going to be with your teeth together. Lips out, lips open, teeth together. So it's s, like shield, s, j, j, and ch. And for these, it's going to be your tongue against the top of your teeth. So it's going to be n, d, and t. D and D rows are going to be the back of your tongue, back of your tongue against the back of your throat. So g, and k. And these two are open mouth, and h. And this is the tip of your tongue towards the back of your throat. So r, or l. And then, well, basically, I recapped all of the consonants for you. So here, we're gonna go with the vowels now, Johan. So we have a. So pretend you're saying a, like you're saying the short a. So it's a, but open your mouth a little. A. And for this, you just add a y in front of it. So it's ya. For this vowel, it's going to be like you're saying but open your mouth a little and you'll get ah. I actually open my mouth a lot more. So it's like instead of it becomes ah. And with this one, this is going to be adding a y to it. So instead of this time, it's going to be ya. For this vowel, it's going to be o. So you're saying o, but instead you're just open your mouth a little more. So it's o. And instead of just saying the word out o, you cut it off at the beginning. So your vowel doesn't round out. So it becomes o instead of o. Like o instead of o, it becomes o. As you can see, there's like a pattern going on here. If I add another stick here, it's going to become yo. And this is going to be oo. Just pretend you're saying oo, and pretend. Okay, so I guess for all of these, pull your like when you're speaking, like pull your chin down, and it becomes ah. Pull your chin down for and you'll get ah. For o, pull your chin down, and you'll get o. For this, instead of saying oo, you pull your chin down and you get oo. And with this, it becomes you. These two are going to be a little bit different. It says EU. It's not you. It's not gonna sound like you. It's gonna sound like like pretend you're cringing at something, and you're like yeah, that. It's going to sound like that. Oh, that just clicked. Yeah, I that just clicked in my mind as well when I was like trying to speak to you guys on stream. I was pulling my chin down, trying to like see the difference, and I realized, hey, all I have to do is just pull my chin down to make the noise better. And then this is going to just be E, and just like all the other vowels, just cut off the vowel as it is and not round it out or just like let it drift off. So instead of just E, like E, it becomes E. And I've told all of the consonants, and when you put them together, they become I guess these are all consonants, like basically words with an open vowel at the end, with a vowel at the end. So like ka, kya, ko, kyo, ko, kyo, ku, kyu, k, ki. We're not gonna touch on any base consonants yet. That will be probably at a later date. So I just did the pronunciations for this line, and I'll move on to the next one. Na, nya, no, nyo, no, nyo, nu, nyu, nu, ni. So this is going to be ta, tia, to, tyo, to, tyo, tyo, tu, 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 di. Ra, ra, ro, ryo, ro, ryo, ru, ryu, ru, ri. Ma, mia, mo, myo, myo, mu, myu, mu, mi. Pa, pya, po, pyo, po, pyo, pu, pyu, pu, pi. The shield, or the S, Johan, is a little bit special from the others. Whenever there's the vowels with the Y in them, or the Y sound, it becomes an SH. So we have sa, but this becomes sha. This is sa, but with this it becomes sha. So, sho, su, shu, ts, shi. And the yeong is also special, in which it doesn't have a consonant noise when it's put as the beginning. I guess for simplicity's sake, let's say I wrote this. We're gonna say that this is the foundation consonant. Is the vowel, and then g is the base consonant. That way, I won't change everything every time. So our foundation consonant is going to be silent, completely silent whenever we're doing vowels. So it becomes a, ya, o, yo, o, yo, u, u, e. And for the J and the CH, the Y vowels are gonna sound a little bit similar. So it's ja, ja, cho, cho, jo, cho, ju, ju, ch, ji. It sounds really similar. It's a little bit different. I won't like punish you or something for getting that mixed up. Same with the ch noises. Cha, cha, cho, 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 chu, chu, ch, chi. Ka, and this is the K. Ka, kya, ko, kyo, ko, kyo, ku, ku, k, ki. And this is the T. Ta, kya, to, tyo, to, kyo, tu, chu, t, ti. Pa, pya, po, pyo, po, pyo, pu, pyu, p, p. Ha, hya, ho, hyo, ho, hyo, hu, hyu, h, he. And for some of these letters, 5 of them exactly, and if you switch to a Korean keyboard, it's going to be your KWERT or AZERT, if you're using an AZERTY keyboard. And if you hold Shift and use them, they become double consonants, double foundation consonants. So it's instead of just the g sound, it's going to sound like you're forcing it out, like g. Like whenever people say, like damn, like gat, like when people sometimes, like I think some people say "god damn" like that. It's the same idea. The G and the D are both harsher than the regular. Like when people say "god damn," that's just a regular G and just a regular D. But if you're doing "god damn," it becomes a harder G, a forced out G and a forced out D, right? Right. So it becomes ga, ya, go, yo, go, yo, gu, yu, g, gi. Da, ya, do, yo, do, yo, du, yu, d, di. For this one, if you speak Spanish, if anyone speaks Spanish, it sounds like you're using de. Exactly. It sounds like you're using the letter T, or de in Spanish. Exactly like how it is. I guess for G, maybe you're doing gu. Or actually ga works as well. The K. For this, it becomes BB. Just double B. So you're making that B noise a bit harsher, a bit more forced out. So it becomes ba, bia, bo, bio, bo, bio, bu, 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 bi. And for this, it's the same idea, concept of the double consonant, but instead has the added sh as well. So it becomes sa, xia, so, xiao, so, xiu, su, shu, si, xi. And for the J, the j noise, it becomes j, like somewhere between J and ch. So instead of ja or cha, it becomes ja. Ja, ja, jo, 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 ju, ju, ji, ji. So if anyone has any questions right now, I am willing to hear them. Because the next one is going to be very difficult in terms of vowels. And I'm not kidding about it being difficult. In fact, while I'm waiting for questions, we'll go take on a 15-minute break. If you have any questions on any pronunciations, make sure to reference the cell letter and the cell number to know the um, sounding of that word. Ah, excuse me.
I still
Oh my
love
goodness,
you.
Noobsta. You'll always be Noobsta to me. How are you doing? Thank you so much for the subscribe Prime subscription. Really appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Hello. By the way, this song is from Cult of the Lamb. Oh, quick question. Should I invest in stream avatars? I'm gonna add it to my wish list regardless. You know what? I should probably look up like puzzle games. Because I do love me some puzzle games. You could try Only Up. Oh my god, Only Up. I Only Up. let me look it up. Granted, not a puzzle game. $6.99. I'm gonna add it to my wish list though. I'm tempted for that game. Yeah, that game just looks like rage, especially at the end there. Probably gonna like forget it and then like hit it and then fall down forever, and I'm gonna be like, ah, fuck, or something. It's fun. I think besides next week, I probably gonna switch up my schedule. Instead of just playing Ori half the week, it's probably gonna be like one day of League, one day of Valorant, one day of Ori, one day of if Korean teaching is if Korean today becomes pretty successful, which I personally think is successful, but the numbers don't say so. But I don't care. Actually, I do kind of care, but it depends. It depends on today. I'll make it either a weekly thing or a bi-weekly thing. But either way, I'm gonna probably make it like one different game a day to keep up the variety. I don't think I'll ever switch over to Kick, to be honest. was thinking of it. I don't know. I just feel like it's disingenuous. That's just me. As for why I'm not teaching right now, we are taking a 15-minute break right now. There's 10 minutes left until the end of the 15-minute break. Just chilling. I'm just looking through Steam, the Steam. Oh my god, someone made a knockoff Ace Attorney game called Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane. Interesting. Bum 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 bum. I think hidden object games are much more fun. I guess that I think that's why I'm doing so well with friggin' Escape Simulator. Oh yeah, maybe yeah, Escape Simulator is also another game that I'm planning. I think I'm gonna um stream. So let's see what I have right now for games to play next week. For each day, we have Valorant 1, League 2, Ori 3, Escape Sim 4, Deep Rock 5. Any Souls game? I have never played any Souls games. We could play either Bloons. Oh, actually, we might have a day for Terraria. It depends on the others. We're planning on playing the Calamity mod. But other games that I might play is either Bloons 6, Mr. Brain 2. I recently got Untitled Goose Game. We have Hollow Knight is now one of the games to add to the list. What else is there? I have Hue, this game called Hue that looks interesting. Phasmophobia. Pico Park, if I drum up enough people to play with. Because that just seems like a fun time. Jedi Fallen Order. We could play that and like if I get enough interest on it, I could play into Jedi Survivor. I also have Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition that I got for a massive discount, or Power Wash Sim, or Uno if I drum up. Darkest Dungeon. Oh yeah, I heard of Darkest Dungeon. It doesn't seem like my type. Ado 5 still a game I might go back into. I don't know. I might go back into that one by myself. Ado 5. Don't Start Together is also another one. The Force. First Class Trouble. Oh yeah, you know what? I have Skullgirls and Tekken 7. Halo Infinite, maybe? Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Um. Is there anything? What is this game? Why do I have it? And how good is it? Wow, it's overwhelmingly positive? Really? So I have this game called Blood and Bacon. It was really cheap, so I got it. And I haven't played it in forever, but it was fun-ish. I do have Crab Game. If I get invited to play Crab Game, I could play that. What is this? PRPR? Purpur Live? What is this? Looks like a VTube studio thing. I don't know. Smite, I haven't touched Smite in forever. When's the last time anyone plays Insurgency? And I'm talking about regular Insurgency, not Insurgency Sandstorm. I have Gmod. I miss Gmod. When's the last time anyone has played Gmod for fun? Like, I miss Prop Hunt. I miss watching Prop Hunt. Those were the days. Oh, wait, hold on. Blood and Bacon was... when? Like, there's games I haven't touched since 2014. Oh yeah, I also have Tomb Raider. I would like to play Untitled Goose Game with someone. I think it'd be funny to play co-op. Oh shit. Now I have Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, so if anyone wants to play that. Oh yeah, Overcooked and Played Up as well. Na 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 na. Hold up, let me open up a stream for someone else. A stream for someone else, because I wanna have their stream on in the background while I just chill. Alright. Are you guys ready? Let me know if you're ready. We're gonna go into the harder vowels now. Alright, back to work. Yeah, exactly. Back to work. Okay. And I wasn't kidding about these vowels. because they're really tough. So let me get a good stretch in. That makes me. Alright. So you have this, right? We have this vowel and this vowel. So for writing's sake, we're gonna call this and we're gonna call this I will give anyone, I don't know, should I give someone money? Like, I'll give someone bonus points. Punctuations too, I don't know how different they are. We don't really use punctuations. We only use probably like the double quotation. We just use the English form of punctuations. Yeah. So, who can tell me the difference between and bonus points? Yeah, I'll give someone bonus points if they can tell the difference between and So this one's and this one's I'm not joking with you. That's how they're both pronounced. And like functionally, they sound exactly the same whenever you're putting it in when you're speaking, especially when you're speaking really fast. But I can tell it apart, but I need describing. Not the visually, vocally. There's a difference between and . So this was pronounced and this is pronounced . I think this is my favorite way to mess with people. Like it's there is a difference. There is a difference, but it's so minute. Like it's so minute that I don't need how I don't need how I don't know how to explain. Okay. So this is pronounced eh. This is pronounced eh. This is going to be the vocally, the eh is going to be a little bit longer than eh. That is the only difference vocally. Don't worry about it. You're not dumb. It sounds exactly the same except that eh is a little bit longer vocally. But there are times where this being used and this being used make a complete difference. Same with these two. We have yeah, and we have yeah. This one is going to be a little bit longer than this one. That's why I put this as ae and eh because you know when people say it tends to be shorter, right? So this is called wa. It's gonna be pronounced wa. And this, oh man, okay, so where and where. They're all pronounced similar. And basically, vocally, they're gonna sound exactly the same. So it's where, and where. And I think that's the funniest thing ever. Whenever you're hearing in conversation, whenever you hear this in conversation, you will never be able to tell it apart. Like whenever you hear it, you just need to know the context to know what it spells out. But at that point, if you know the context, you really don't need to know how it spells out. So, essentially, when speaking it, like when writing it, it means everything different. But when you're hearing it, there's not gonna be any difference. So this is where, this is where, this is where, all the same. But in terms of writing, it does make a difference. This yeah. This is wa. It's basically you're adding u and then forming it into an a. So wa. Basically, this transforms into this. Essentially, wa. Same idea with this. We. It starts out with u, and then it morphs into e. So we. This is difficult because we have two ways of saying it, and it depends on how it's written. It could be like becoming e, or it can just sound like e. There's a min 조조 민주주의에. Okay. This is the website my dad showed me yesterday. So besides this, everyone should basically know how to pronounce everything else. So this is pronounced min, like we have the mium foundational, e vowel, and then nian base. So it's min, ju, e. So there's a bajillion, not a bajillion ways, but there is a bunch of ways. 발음. Oh, so wait. 단어의 첫 음절 이외의 이로 조사 의는 에로 발음하도록 민주주의의 의는 민주주의의 의 민주주의의 의 민주주의의 의 민주주의의 의 민주주의의 의 민주주의의 의 민주주의의 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 So this is fun. My bad. I apologize. This is actually also or we have 3 ways of pronouncing this vowel. So this one thing, 민주주의의 의, can be pronounced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, around like at least 8 times, 8 different ways. So I'll go for the first one. 민주주의의 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 So like there's at least 8 different ways of saying that phrase just now. But the general idea is it could be or e. So, whoops. So let's go on the first vowel. We have ke. We have, oh, whoops. I just realized that we skipped one. We have ke. We have ke. We have ke. We have ke. And to be honest, starting with the kyok is actually a poor choice, because when we say ke and ke and ke and ke, they all sound exactly the same, right? But they're different. If I had for kyok especially, it sounds really hard to tell apart. So I apologize for that. So we have kwa, ke, que. No, it's que. My bad. And this is que. This is quo, que, qui, or actually we say ki. Ki. It could be kui, ki, or ke. So this is gonna be a little bit easier. It could be ne or ne, nye or nye, na, nue, nue, no, no, nue, nui, or ni, or ni, or ne. I apologize if this is confusing. It is the most confusing vowel that we have. This is going to be te. Te. Ge. Ge. Te. Ta. Tue. Tue. Tuo. Ah. Tue. T. T. So, just to recap a little, these two, the and sound similar, but they're a little bit different. And they also have the double line form, so it becomes ye or ye. The others uh is going to be a combination of two vowels. And you can see here that it makes up a... We have a similarity, right? So each of them have an o or an u. Each of them have either an a, like a single line, or a double line. And each of these have an e at the end. So we have wa. It's starting from an o and morphing into an a, so it becomes wa. For this, it becomes we, o to e, so it's we. And this is we. It becomes o to e, but o to e is weird, so oi it's not oi, it becomes we. I didn't make up that rule. Someone else did, and you know what? It's confusing. I agree, but we're moving on. So this is a morph from u to a, so it becomes wa. This is u to e, so it becomes we. It's like a little bit an under noise, so it's like we versus we, which comes from above. So it's like o to e is we. U to e becomes we. It sounds similar. It's but the idea of if you think about it, it makes a little bit more sense. And you'll agree that it sounds a little bit different. It comes we versus we. And this is we. It becomes we, not and it sounds better. It sounds better than oi, right? I don't know why it's I don't know why it's ke instead of or que instead of koi. I didn't make it up. It's just like that. I I have no authority over it. And then let me delete. That, and then if it could be either sound like from going from to e. It could sound like eh, or it could sound like e. And sometimes, in terms of writing, um, it's just arbitrary that some of the words sound like one of these, and you're gonna be like, okay, and and you just have to know what it's how it sounds versus um guessing it. Sorry, let me just check if I missed anything. Okay. Um. Where are we? Okay. This is be, be, yeah, yeah. Making out the sound's not the hardest, but this is quite a lot to take in. Yeah. I'm. Um. I will open up access later after the stream on my Twitter to anyone who wants to look at it. If anyone has any questions, just feel free to DM me, and I'll be sure I'll be able to answer within 24 hours of being asked. Ra, re, ri, re, ro, re, ri, ri. Me, me, mie, mie. Moi, mue, mue. Moi, mue, mui, mui. It is a lot to take in. Um, I feel like starting you off with knowing how each vowel goes before we go into even more complicated stuff like going to the base consonants. It seems simple in like from first glance for the base consonants, but I promise you it's going to be harder. Pe, pe, pie, pie, hua, pe, pue, wo, whoops, wo, pue, pui, pui. For the sake of just for the sake of this class, we're just gonna call it pui, ui the whole time. Se, se, she, she, sa, se, she, swo, swe, sui, sui. Eh. Again, this is the silent consonant. So it's eh, yeah, yeah, wa, we, we, wo, we, we, ui. Che, 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 cha, che, 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 chua, Che. Oh, whoops. Che. Chi. You know, coincidentally, chi means mouse in Korean. Chi. Uh, che. 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 Cha. Che. Chi. Che. Cho. Che. Chi. Chi. And I feel like I'm gonna end it up to here. We'll move on later. I am going to recap everything once again to help absorb. So it's ke, 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 kwa, ke, ke, kwa. Oh, whoops. Kwa, kwe, qui, ki. Te, te, che, che, toi, tue, tue, toi, tue, tui, tui. No, basically, if since I'm like pronouncing everything here, like someone can make probably a deep fake of me just saying stuff, because now they have every single possible way of me saying something. Pe, pe, pe. Ah, shoot. Pe, pa, que, pe, po, que, puis, puis. And then he, 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 ha, he, he. Wall. Whoops. But frick. Where New Video Hudson talks about government secret. What? He. I do. I think this is he instead of hui. I think I'll do the double consonants here as well. Yeah. 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 Qua. Que. Que. Oh. Qua. Que. Qui. Qui. Te. Te. Yeah. Yeah. Toi. Tue. Tue. Tổ. Tue. Tùy. Tùy. Bè. 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 Quả. Bè. Tùy. Bè. Qua. Bè. Tùy. Tùy. She, she, swa, se, se, swa, swa, se, she, si. Oh yeah, it's interesting for this one. It could be when we say this this consonant. Oh, I'm gonna give it a wait for bread to come back. Okay, you're back. Welcome back. So for the shield, for this, it's going to sound completely different. It's going to sound like she or si, because of the e principle. Since we're starting with the it's going to sound like si, but sometimes it's going to sound like just e, right? So it becomes she, or sometimes it's going to be se. For this, it's going to be sui. But this is going to sound like she. Sui, swa, sui, swa. But this could be sui, because it's the double S, sui. But you don't have to worry too much about that because this doesn't come up much. Jie, 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 jua, jue, ji, zhuo, jue, ji, ji. Okay. Oh shoot. Let me zoom in. Okay. Let me get a sip of water. I had a mini heart attack. Sorry. Thank goodness for Google Drive, it saves itself. So now we've expanded from 3, 6, 10 vowels to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 21 vowels in total in Korean. I lost too many files because of that. Oof. It's fine. So now we have 21 vowels and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 to 19 consonants. And this is just the simple ones. By the way, we haven't expanded, we haven't done any of the bases, which is something that we'll get to next time. So to recap, almost all the vowels here have a double line form. So from B to P is going to be we have double line forms and a single line form. So we have a which becomes ya, o becomes ya, o becomes yo, u becomes you, becomes e becomes e. Oh no, e becomes ye, and e becomes ye. And then we have the combined vowels. So we have wa and wo. So o and a becomes wa. U and o becomes wo. O and e becomes we. U and e also becomes we. I think I'm just gonna do ueh. Whoops. Ueh. We. This becomes we. This becomes we. And this becomes e, ui, or e. I think I will have another notes here. A, o, u, e, becomes ya. Whoops. Ya, yo, whoops, you, e, yeah, and yeah. So you can see the similarities of a and ya, o and yo, o and yo, u and you. Becomes e becomes yeah, and e becomes yeah. And then the other complicated vowels we're gonna have wa, wo, we, and we, and we, and ui. I'm trying to figure out if wa, wo, we, ui. Okay, if I'm missing anything. Again, I'll post this out on Twitter. Let me also write a note when vocalizing vowels. Pull your chin down. So when you're vocalizing, instead of it becomes ah. Becomes ah. O becomes o. U becomes u. Becomes e becomes e. E becomes e. E becomes e. In terms of speaking it, like it's supposed to be longer than this. Let me remind you that whenever you're speaking, you're gonna be too fat. Like you're gonna be speaking. When you're speaking to someone, you're not gonna try to make the distinction of making this longer than this. They're basically the same, unless there's some rules here and there where you're supposed to have it longer or shorter. And we'll go over that later. And by later don't mean today. I mean like next time. And even then, it might not be the next time. Not like next time. Should I end it here? I feel like this is a good stopping point. I'm ready for any questions anyone might have in terms of vocalizing any of these. Let me scroll back down to 100%. Actually, let me scroll it to 150, I guess. There you go. So, if anyone has any questions here, feel free to ask, like especially on how to vocalize these. Meanwhile, let me turn these into a different color. There we go. I think I'll change these to lighter blue. There we go. It's piss yellow because it's piss. What else? What else should I teach? I guess. I wish I could have voiced them out while you type them out, but I'll try work on the soundings. Yeah, no problem. If you have any questions, please feel free to DM me. I'm always available. And you know, if you want to voice record, let me know. Like, send me a voice recording of something. I'll try to tell you where it's right, where it's wrong, and I think I'll start putting down. Let me look at some see some of the double consonants. Yeah, there's that. What else? What else do we have? I know. Oh. Is there really only these? Huh. I guess this and these are the only other the mismatched consonants. Let me just look up Hangul. So if anyone's wondering where the consonants came from. I didn't know we had a banshot. Weird. Loading. No one uses that. Oh. Here we go. Topachin. Ah. So I guess I'll get ready for these in the meanwhile. So we have Kyok. A bit of off the class, but do you know any Korean media I could use as a reference, a movie, a book, or show? Children's shows. If you know any Korean children's shows, just look them up. Usually, most of them are educational. Uh, I don't know if there was a popular Korean show early. I'm just trying to see. I want to see if this has any learning, but um, there was a popular Korean show called Dooley, the little dinosaur. It used to be really popular. Um, if you wanna, yeah, I believe children's shows and children's songs they help with education much better than um just watching dramas and listening to music because in Korean in I guess in any children's shows they speak for the sake of education, right? A lot of adult, and by adult I mean more targeted towards adults. Um, they have nuances for in speaking that don't usually come up when you're learning. So there's that. I like how the scary music is coming right as I'm working on the complicated bases. Ah ha 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 ha. I already did your shield. Did I read that wrong? I did read that wrong. Okay. Okay. Ha 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 ha. Whoops, I spelled it wrong. I need to save this for later. Okay. All right, I should probably, unless anyone has questions right now, I'm going to end stream possibly. Actually, I might not even end stream and just maybe switch to a game. I don't know. Nah, I think an hour left is not enough. But just put different colors again. Yes, burnt orange would be nice. Oh, that is a terrible color. Let's see here. What else am I forgetting? I think after I teach this, I'm gonna go work for words and phrases, what people want to know. I'm just gonna write down first noise, middle noise, and noise. I think on next time we will recap all of this in just terms of like knowing how to pronounce the letters. I want people to know how to pronounce them first, and then we'll go into a lot with the double consonants, combined vowels. That's good. I'm trying to look and see if we're forgetting anything. So these all are going to be are basically word letter, like, I guess, syllables. Each word contains a block of syllable, right? And each syllable will have a first noise and a middle noise, and sometimes we'll have an end noise. All of these that I showed today are all first noise and middle noise. We don't have any end noises. So we have ka, kya, ko, kyo, ko, kyo, ku, kyu. On the next lesson, we're gonna add the end noises here. And these are a bit more complicated, and at the same time, a little bit similar. And a little bit easier. Because some of these letters are going to be summed up into one letter as a foundation. But the reason they're pronounced that way is because of something else. Those end noises I have to look into. Yeah. Okay. So this is the double key sang kiok. So it's g. this is a 기억 시옷. So 씁니다. Let me try to find a word. 기억 시옷. So this is a bit of a not a slur, but you know, abbreviations like people write lol, thanks, or thx. The 기억 시옷 also means 감사. Like some people write that instead of 감사, which means thank you. So a lot of these are like just, oh, it just means thank you, thank you. I'm not looking for thank you. I'm looking for wait, hold up. Oh no, this is just copy paste stuff. Ay ay ay. Sometimes this, okay, so I know a word that has 리을 기억, and that's 흙, which means dirt. See, it says it's 흙, but it's 리을 기억. 곰, so basically, right? These are going to take these are going to take form of the second vowel, unless there's another syllable next to it. So if I say 골, it means it's infected. 곰다. But if there is the open vowel, open. If there's the silent consonant right after it, it takes the 받침 of Okay, you're back. Okay, so basically the real and the extra stuff, those are actually kind of easy to understand. Because basically, when a syllable has this, it's going to take on the form of this, the second. Hold on, let me zoom in. It's going to take on the second consonant. So if I wrote 곰다, that means it's infected, but it only takes on the form of the mium. But if I wrote, oh whoops, I didn't mean to delete that. 곰머서, basically you're transferring it the and pronunciation wise, my dad's probably gonna read this and it's like that's wrong. But I hope he understands. 골 머 So when you have the um, silent consonant um, as the next syllable, you're lending the second consonant on the bottom as like the second consonant if it's a double on a base to the next syllable. So it becomes 골못서, but when you're speaking it, it sounds like 골머서. And that's just a preview of what we're learning. We're going to be learning on next one, because I guess we'll bundle this with learning words and phrases, because this stuff you have to know some words to make it make sense. I wonder if there's an article about an versus an, which is great. An. Ooh, this is an article about similar sounding noises. So like why we use an versus using this when they sound exactly the same. An. I believe that's an actual word, right? Oh. Hold up. The blog is actually much more readable. 동사나 형용사 뒤에 쓸 때는 안을 쓰면 된다. 오케이. 안은 부정의 뜻을 나타내는 보조용이. Okay, so like okay, so how do I say this? So when you're using an, it's a specific case. When you use the neon here, it becomes I'm like not doing. It's when something is not blank, it becomes an, just the neon 받침. So the neon base. But if it's the act of not doing, or like yeah, basically an act of not doing, it becomes this base. So it just transforms some of the words into verbalization. I think that's the best way of saying it. I think I'm just gonna write down the, I guess not lesson plan, but I guess I can group some of these up into what it sounds like at the end. but I can work on that later. I think that's good enough for today. Again, if anyone has any questions right now in terms of pronouncing, I'm open to answering anything. My throat is a little bit dry. Etymology is very, very interesting, especially for Korean as well. Like I love learning like the study of that language. Like, oh, how did it become to be? Like, um, why did it like become that? Like, how this became this became this? Why do we have that? And all that good jazz. I'm a little overloaded, but I'll digest it with time. I mean, again, if you have any questions, like, yes, it seems like an overload right now. So if feel free to ask any questions. I feel like honestly, if I knew how to teach better, I would have turned the whole like probably like 2 hours into teaching just this. But I think I just got nervous, went on, decided to go with everything else. So I apologize for that. I think that is it though. So let me, I guess, see who to raid, right? Who have I not raided in a while? Oh, I do know who to raid, and I like someone I meant to, someone my girlfriend, someone B told me who to raid. I was like, oh, she suggested person that kept with the very end, and bit. You're a pretty good teacher, actually. Aw, thank you. Yeah. So, thank you. I really appreciate that. I hope that everyone, at least like someone, got something out of it. And if anyone has any questions, again, I am free. Just send me a message on Twitter or Discord, or I don't know if I can receive messages on Twitch, but that works too. So much history with words, in fact, a stupid amount of it. That's cool. Let me set up the raid for Vex's Vial. Here is the raid message. Copy that. Put it on the stream. Thank you so much, all you all, for watching. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you, Brad, for coming by, sticking through this whole thing, this whole shebang. It was nice teaching, even though my whole throat feels like it's suffering. Let me write down today's date on my other Excel spreadsheet on. All right. Thank you so much for the hydrate redeem. I will send out the link after stream on this spreadsheet. I will have it where everyone can read it. If there isn't, again, send me another message. I'll try to fix it when I can, which is probably like immediately. So yeah, I hope everyone has a great day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And as always, please remember to nap and hydrate responsibly. And I'll see you all in the next stream. Bye bye.